Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Big developments in Latin America, South America. Venezuela and Russia are strengthening their friendship and cooperation. And the cooperation not only in the oil industry or in the economic sphere, but also in the defense, if you know what I mean. Now, you know that we had, what was that? Some countries that in Latin America who are refuse to denounce Russia's operation in Ukraine. Nevertheless, some of them want to become a BRICS member states like Argentina, and Brazil is already in there. So let's see here what's going on. What Venezuela will get? Will get any long-range missile systems located over there with warheads on top of them? We'll find out. So this article comes from Republic World from yesterday, July 4th, and this is the title. But the title is kind of misleading because they don't include everything, all the sectors. Russia and Venezuela to deepen partnership in oil sector amid mounting Western sanctions. Well, we're going to find out later that it's also defense and other spheres or sectors. Venezuelan Foreign Minister Carlos Faria hinted that Moscow and Caracas would continue to deepen their partnership in the oil sector amid mounting sanctions. In his last remarks, Venezuelan Foreign Minister Carlos Faria hinted that Moscow and Caracas will continue. Okay, we already know that. And it says here that their partnership in the oil sector and are drafting a new pact to evade Western sanctions in the financial and logistical sector. And I'm quoting, we have an extremely negative view of the policy which the United States has been pursuing for many years against various countries, against various governments. We unquestionably condemn the use of these illegal sanctions against any country, Faria said after meeting his Russian counterpart Sergei Lavrov in Moscow on Monday. So on Monday, Sergei Lavrov received Faria in Moscow. It says here that the Venezuelan foreign minister further claimed that the West failed to achieve the aim of sanctions. Faria also termed it as a grave miscalculation by the West, which is unforgivable, quote unquote. According to him, this miscalculation caused the issue that the economists of the United States and the European Union are currently facing. And I'm quoting, today, they do not know how to resolve the difficulties they have arisen, how to return life to normal. And I think this will certainly hit the people of these countries. We all knew that. I think everybody knew that, but they still went on with the plan. All right, it says here that Russia and Venezuela developed strong defense, trade, and economic ties. As our presidents have agreed, we have reaffirmed our focus on the deepening of political dialogue, of economic trade, cultural, and humanitarian exchanges. We agreed to promote mutually beneficial projects in a host of areas, including energy, pharmaceuticals, industry, transport, and military technical cooperation. Lavrov was quoted by Sputnik as saying. So, notably, Moscow and Caracas have developed strong defense, trade, and economic connections despite their vast geographic separation. Meanwhile, Russia, China, and Iran have also extended their ties with Venezuela and offered major political, economic, and other support to the Latin American country. What is that other support? What do you think it is? Love and happiness? No, that's not what it is. So we'll see if this thing will go into a military cooperation. How should I put it? An expansion of it, because as you know, the idea with Ukraine was no NATO expansion, and NATO. When I say NATO, is not Romania and other countries; it's United States, and no, obviously Ukraine would have become a NATO country, would have had military installation on its territory, which obviously would be some defense rocket missile systems. And the Russians said, we can't take this anymore. So they told them there's a red line. They said, okay, we dismiss you. And then the Russians did what they did. That's one of the unprovoked attack and invasion of Ukraine. Now, same, what would happen if, for instance, the Russians will just put some defense installation, some long-range missiles, hypersonic something in Venezuela as a defense mechanism against the Martians. I mean, you know what I mean? Why would the United States say, oh, okay, yeah, we agree with that? Yeah. No, they're going to probably be, and for good reasons, but then, if you don't like something done onto you, don't do it to others unless it's a good thing, you know what I mean? And this, I don't think it's a good thing for the countries from the receiving end of the issue. So yeah, Venezuela is going to probably. I'm not certain if it was. I know it was Iran and Argentina that showed interest, and they applied, I think, for their membership into BRICS. So I don't know if Venezuela is ready there. I'm pretty sure it will be part of BRICS one day if it's not invaded by that time, or any regime change with that guy, whatever his name is. I can't remember his name. Guaido, and will become another country, and many others from Latin America, Middle America, Mid America will probably do the same thing, because uh, you want to have, you're like a shop owner in a not a good neighborhood, and you have some thugs who come and do whatever they want with your store, and steal, take, and all that. And then you need some protection. So here you might have the protection from the second club, from the first guys who are gonna come in. They did a job on they did a job on South America all these years. History is witness to this. So nevertheless, maybe that's a time when this probably is the time when they will say, you know what, Russia, China, India, Brazil, South Africa, other countries will get, Argentina, possibly Iran, will get together. And even if I might not like these guys, I'm pretty sure I don't like the other ones. So here, these guys that are now no good for you, and then the other ones you don't know yet how it is. So could be not that bad, but you already know that this is sanctions and attempts of all kind of regime changes and that occurred and will occur. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.